James Capone, comedian Marcus Simmons.
Keepin It Real with Rudi Lickwood, the topical interactive chat show where you may end up being one of the guests with special guests and you the audience. Comedy with Rudi Lickwood. This event is brought to you by Comedy Hot. Don't forget, Keepin It Real with Rudi Lickwood. This is an 18 certificate only.
Whoa, how you doing? How you doing? Me, I'm just rushed off my feet right about now. I swear to God. You know when everything is right down to the last wire? That's exactly how it was for me today. It's been a busy day. I've been feeling good. Small Acts was great. I've got two fabulous guests in the green room who are waiting to meet you guys. How are you? That's what I should ask. The question I should ask is, how are you? How are you guys at home? Yeah. Somebody saying blessings. Nice one, Trev. Big up, bruv. Thank you, Denise, with your evening greetings, and Claire. I know there's more of you in the room. Just give me a little shout. Let me know that you're there. Come on. Don't hide behind the screen. Don't. Remember, this is like tennis. You say something, I say something. You say something, I say something. You bat it to me, I bat it back. Thank you, Shat. Thank you, Miss Spice. Evening, Rudy. Guys and girls, how you doing? Juicy Julie in the house. R&B Massive and Keeping It Real crew. That's good, man. That's good. So I'm hoping everybody's had a fantastic day. I'm sure you have. I can't wait to get my guests to you. Two guys that I sat down and spoke with over the weekend with some very interesting stories, I must admit. You know. So let's get it on. Let me introduce to you my first guest. Hold on. I've got to say good evening to Jenny Williams. How you doing, Jenny? Thank you, darling. Thank you for coming in, Miss Williams. Not forgetting, is that Claude's Aka Miss Ouch? Ouch. I like that. Evening, Wagwan. That says Miss Natural Mystic. We've also got It's HPQ from the Zoom Banqueting Suite saying hi. Hi, Alison. Yo. Hey, white boy. Yo. White boy, where I say, Guinness on the go. Respect, Craigie. Denise, Judy, Liz is in the house. Lorraine, L Vibes Webster. It's been a while, Lorraine. How you doing? Good. Aka Miss House. That got me. That really did get me. That was funny. I must admit, that was funny. So the room is starting to fill up nicely, which is cool. Do you know what I mean? People always take their time, innit? So where was I? I'm hyped. That's what I am. I'm hyped. I guess I'm hyped because I'm excited. I'm excited. You can't blame me for being excited, though. You can. Yes, Carl. Respect, man. Newport in the house. Leave them sheep alone. Leave them sheep alone. Leave them sheep alone. Yeah. Don't worry. I know. Black men don't touch sheep. I hear what you're saying, Carl. I know, Carl. Carl, I know black men don't touch sheep. I know, Carl, it's okay. It's okay. Since electricity just get down to you about 2 years ago, you lot stop touching the sheep because the light come up in it. That's right, Carl. Mad man tonight. Yes, man. No, I'm just excited. I really am because I'm looking forward to this. So let's have a look at our first guest, shall we? Not like that, though. It's more like this. Mr. James Capone.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
I like that. It's like, good evening, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
He's putting on his spooky voice.
Spoken, twangy.
Overdosing. I remember White saying that I'm overdosing on the happy pills. I'm not, man. It's just I'm just pleased that I'm talking to Mr. James Capone. himself. I don't know. I just don't know how to summarize you because there's so many different facets to you. Do you know what I mean? I mean, you've been singing most of the part of while we've been in the green room. Where's all the singing coming from? Where's all that coming from?
That's from the heart, bro. That's from the heart, man. You know, we sing on impulse.
It's an impulsive thing.
Roll a dumpling and sing.
Oh my God, he's talking about
Chop
roll a
onion
dumpling
and sing.
Chop an onion. Did you not hear what he said? He said, roll an onion and sing. Yeah. He said, chop an onion and sing. Because that's something that he does all the time. Yeah.
Right, so.
He does a lot of cooking, this man. As you can see, he's rolling out his dumplings there. You see them? See them? Yeah? Because you and food are friend, innit?
Pardon?
I said you and food is friend, innit?
Me and food are good friend, man. Sometimes we become too close. And then we get other effects that we're not too welcoming in life, but you know, we have to start running around the park and disassociate ourselves with so much food.
Yeah, so, I mean, well, how have you dealt with the lockdown then?
Well, lockdown now, that's another thing, because like I was on a thing where I used to make dumplings for the riots when I was a youth. Yeah, used to, if there's a riot going on, I'll roll the dumplings to throw at the police. But,
this is why I like this guy. This is why I like him.
But lockdown, we find there's a process to making dumplings. So
okay,
you know what I mean?
Okay,
it's one of those, man. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Jackie, and all the crew, and Lorraine, everybody. I could see y'all. Yeah,
there's quite. In fact, believe it or not, there is. I knew this was going to happen for you. Actually, was that there's quite a few, you know, people who are actually calling your name. They're going, "Oh, look, look, buddy. Evening, Capone. Evening, Capone.
Good evening,
Capone,
everybody.
Yay. Let's hear for Capone."
Oh, gosh.
Where are you actually based in the UK? Where are you actually based? Because people don't know.
I'm in Birmingham.
Have you always been Birmingham?
Yeah, always Birmingham. Well, yeah, always Birmingham. Most of my Birmingham. Yeah, most of my Birmingham. But we was younger, we out in the sticks. They're country.
Okay. She's out in the sticks because, baby, I love you. I really do. Jen, can I get a lighter though? I've upset the wife. I had to go ask her to go get me some fags there, and she was on the bed just chilling out. And I know, she vexed. She's proper vexed right about now.
Wow.
Because I mean, come on, man, you've been there. Don't go out like you ain't been there. Well, but you said right. Okay. Let's get back.
Hold on. Let's get something straight though.
Yes.
I know directly. If I started my show,
thank you, babe.
I said to Mrs. Capone, go get me some cigarette.
Yeah.
You know, they see why the webcam fly over there, so and a shoes lick me in my head because that now happen. You will never live to see that happen.
I hear you.
So respect to Mrs. Lickwood.
So that's Miss Capone right there.
That's Mrs. Capone. That's Mrs. Boo. Yeah, man. That's the infamous Mrs. Boo. Yeah, man. That was my dream girl, man. Yeah, don't know.
So was it like love at first sight? Was it? How
she gave me a hard time, man. Gave me a hard time over what, nearly a year and a half.
She make you grind it out.
What? Grind it out, me turn flour, brother.
Lord have mercy.
Run through the mill, man. She put me through it, man. I not lie. She put me through it.
So she weren't gonna just roll over. She was one of those. You know what? It's called courting, isn't it? It's called courting.
Courting is the old word. Yeah, courting.
Let's talk about it's the old word.
The old word is courting.
I'm not that far from you. You said old word like me as a dinosaur. The way you drop it on me just now.
You're a T-Rex, man. I know about you, man. Now, courting is, you say something to them, you're courting yet? And they just don't get it. So, yeah, they just don't get it. So, we was dating for a while, you know?
A year and a half. That's not bad. But you said that before you actually met your wife and what have you. You said that you've always lived up in the Midlands there.
Yeah.
as a kid growing up? Because most people know you as a DJ, if I'm correct. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Is that fair to
yeah.
say?
Yeah, man.
That you're quite a prominent DJ in the Midlands area,
In
so
the
to
Midlands
speak.
area, in that
But
country.
as this is keeping it real, we want to find out who and where you came from.
Okay. Now that
So
picture
let's
there,
mm,
that we're talking about this picture here.
mm.
Where you find this picture, me no know, but yeah, respect for your researching. Yeah, this picture now was taken. We was in a children's home in Worcester.
Okay.
Yeah, up in our country. So it's me, my sister, and a long lost brother. You know, we yeah, that's my sister, and that's Karen. She's a good photographer now. Yeah, we was known as a doorstep 3 back in the day. You know, we was
Okay.
like, yeah, dismissed and abandoned. But
Okay.
we got through that. We went through the social system,
Yeah.
social service system, and all of that. And I remember, I think it was whenever the IRA them start bomb,
See.
them come from my sister, and she was fostered into a white family in Birmingham, and boy, a bala.
I'm not surprised, bro.
A bala.
I'm not surprised.
So that's her and her sister. So that's my cousin beside me now. That's my
Uh-huh.
family. That's the family I was fostered into, but that's my family. That's the family we grew up with. That's the family we know. That's my.
Do you
family.
think that it's such a coincidence that we were watching Small Axe? Did you watch it over the?
I did actually, you know.
And how did it reflect on you, considering where Axel? Yeah, his name was Axel, wasn't it? Alex,
Alex.
the main character.
Yeah.
You know, because he was like boarding school, and then he had the way that woman slapped him in his face. Did you see that right at the beginning?
I didn't
'Cause
see
that you
all
said
of the
that
program.
you
That's
were
the thing. Yeah, but I was fostered into. We like I said, we was fostered. I was fostered into a black family.
Oh, wicked.
You know, my
Okay.
sister's in the group now. I can see her. Hi, Karen. You good?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's there now. That's Karen Cross. That's my sister.
Okay. Ah,
So-
here's it. Hello, sister.
Yeah,
Hello, Karen. How you doing?
Yeah, she's doing good, man. And Bobby Noodles, the family's there, man. Go on, big with Bobby
Okay.
Noodles too. Yeah, so we you know, they didn't really 70s, you know, the IRA bomb Birmingham pubs and them come for her, they take her away, and I cry. But I thought, you know, you're a kid now, you don't really understand what's happening. So as far as I'm concerned, the whole of Birmingham was bombed. It was like one big bomb, boom, the whole of Birmingham gone. So I didn't really get that. So they didn't really care about how we was feeling. They just split the family up.
I
So
hear
there's
that.
3 of us. So there's one brother, he's locked up he's not say locked up, he's gone to he was fostered in Burnham Bucks, up in Buckinghamshire. But luckily enough for me, I was fostered into a Jamaican family.
Okay.
So, hence the bad man talk and the twang and the rare. So when I came back to Birmingham in 1977, Jubilee of 1977, you know, I fostered into a black family. They made me who I am, the man I am today. Really,
Okay.
you know. My sister, she grew up with white folk, but she had more her side of life. She had a very good side of life as well, you know. But really, in real life, I suppose, if circumstances was like now, I hear people talking, oh boy, the system and the social care. But the guys who's in social care these days in life, yeah, man, they think more about keeping the families together. But my sister, me and my sister, very close. You know, we're very close.
Okay.
You know, so, yeah, man. But
Okay.
the family I got now, that's where we grow into.
Lovely. Because I mean, it seems like I remember growing up with quite a few kids, especially when I went to secondary school, and later found out that they were fostered or had extended families. Do you know what I mean? So this is that's you and your sister here now, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's yeah.
Gorgeous, man.
She all right. She look like her brother, ain't it?
So this is you as a young lad growing up then.
Ah, come on,
Jesus
man.
Christ. Look like a roughneck.
Yo,
Look like a roughneck.
You see the color? So let me tell you something. This is the, we got the pack of that. We got the pack of them pictures. We got the full pack,
Oh, I remember. I know the pack that you're talking about. That everybody used to have to line up in assembly.
Line up.
Everybody fixing themselves up. You know what I mean?
So we got you can imagine the assembly all full up. We're all lined up for this picture. So now they gave us this picture for free because they're like, I brought them home anyway. I got the charge. I don't know. I think it probably was like £8 or something mad like that. Them time about £8. That's so much. I'm not buying that one. I want the smaller one. No,
the passport
give me the passport one.
Yes. Yeah, the little passport one.
So it was a bit of a thing. So when they came now, she's ready to pay the money, and they actually came, and she was like, "Look at your shirt color. One in, one out. Yeah, you're up in upside down here. Hill and gully and you." So she made up a bit of noise, and we got the whole pack for free.
we got it for free. Mommy was a hustler back in the day.
Oh, she was awesome, man. Trust me, man. Yeah.
You know what I mean? One of the first thing that, to start us off, I mean, Jackie said that's an interesting backstory, Capone. Big hugs.
Okay. Yeah,
big
man,
hugs.
No respect, Jacks, man.
Because you can see there's quite a few people who are making reference to some of the things that you're saying in the chat room. You can see that?
Yeah.
Can you see? Yeah, the comments coming up. You got one from Bev. Hello, my lovely. Bev Boo. Who's Bev Boo?
That's Mrs. Boo.
That's Mrs. Boo.
That's
wifey.
That's wifey.
Yeah. I see you lot have little nicknames for each other. Boo.
I'll tell you something. Look, see my sister. You see my sister. She nearly cost me my nose when we were kids. No. Now I forgot to tell you this earlier on. We like I said, we grew up in the country, right? When we came over, we was like country folk. We was just like straight country. We used to listen to the sheep, and I give lamb and all them something. The next thing you know, the lamb's on your plate. But we sat in a cherry orchard, me and my sister, as two toddlers, and we our belly full of cherries. And she said, "I got a competition. I bet I can push this cherry pip up my nose further than you." And I said, "No, you can't. You can't. There's no way you can't." So she pretended to put it up her nose because she's smart, innit? And me like I idiot, I win. I win. End up hospital. I take this damn cherry pip up my nose.
So that means that you must have been sitting next to the guys with the potty on their head and all them kind of things there.
Yeah.
You see people things stuck up their nose. It's amazing. People stick things in some weird orifices. I'm telling you, some weird orifices. People just stick things. Ears, nose, bottom hole, any kind of hole. Them a push things in.
I'm watching Jackie, so no, Jackie waiting for me to come on the show. I'm here now. All right, cool.
You see it there? There's quite a few of them because the thing is that you came onto this platform in a totally different way than anybody else ever has. There was people crying out for you to actually come on here.
Really?
Yes, blood. Yes. There was people who was actually saying, "You have to go and get this man. You have to go and get this man." And I've never ever had that before.
Okay.
Never had that before. So me don't know where I get up to in Birmingham. Yeah.
I get up.
But there seems to be a lot of respect for you. Verona Williams is saying, "Hey James Capone, bless you had no ideas. You guys are amazing."
I know Verona, man. Big up yourself, Verona, man.
Yeah.
We get through life. I mean, look, some people's lives have been spoiled by the system, like the social care system, and you can go a different way. You know what I mean? I mean, one of my key social workers, he was locked up for the obvious reason. He was a nurse. You know what I mean? And that was my key worker. You get me? And next thing you know, I came to Birmingham, and next thing, oh God, look, Keith Bayliss. I'll never forget his name. Keith Bayliss end up at prison.
Okay.
For child molestation, but true man, a bad man and can't come near me.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know that there's quite a few guys who people who were
I
molested.
did get, I got lucky that way there. I did
But you
get
got
lucky
lucky,
that way.
man.
I got
Especially the
lucky.
fact that you ended up with a black family for one.
I
You know,
sidestepped that. I sidestepped that.
yeah, because they say that there aren't that many black families who take that role up of adopting children. You know, the same way that they say we don't give blood.
Right. Well, my mother, she's foster mother, but my mother, yeah. She was in the social service system anyway, but I was highly recommended. 'Cause I was known as a problem child because if I see things that don't work, I just break it. If it don't go my way, I break it. That's mommy, yeah, man. That's mommy. Yeah, so she instantly put that discipline. I'm cussing bad word. I mean, even though I say bad word, them I cuss them. I'm cussing bad word. But she instantly it was just like I was fostered so many white families. I used to bat at their kids and take the toys.
I mean, I've one of them things there. Pass it on.
Yo, give me that.
Give
me that. Yeah,
we used to call it tax. We used to call it tax. I don't know what you guys called it in Birmingham.
Tax. It was tax as well.
It was tax, wasn't it?
Yeah, man. I was like a scene from Shutters at 4 years old. You have it? Give me it.
Yeah. Because you look like a proper little bad boy, but you grow up kind of, you know, with the head twist, the hat lean to the side. I can see that the whole attitude is starting to come through in this picture.
Yeah, man. Those days we was on sound. That was sound system days, man.
Okay.
Yes, Sharon. That was sound system days. That was romantic bubbler era.
Romantic bubbler era.
All right. We was the first talking sound in the world.
Who tell you that?
I'm telling you.
Who tell you that? Who told you that? No way. I ain't that.
We used to wait. You'd hear romantic bubbler.
Nah, man.
Everybody knew the little effect that we had. It wasn't a sample. It was like a I can't even describe what it was. It wasn't a sample though. It was like a mechanical romantic bubbler.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So we had that thing, and the sound itself used to talk.
Okay.
Believe it or believe it not, the Birmingham people know. Now that's the Capone people know from back in the day. Sweet boy, them time there. Yeah, I think it was one of my first encounters with wifey at that house, and there was a lady from I think she's from South London, Audrey. That was one of wifey's best friend. She moved to London, and we went to visit her people in Newtown. Man. So. Those are the days, man.
Them not saying you're coming more like a bad man than anything else. You come like a. But the thing is, you weren't really that way inclined. I mean,
I'm not. To be fair, like I said to you before, we dropped into the hands of or the realms, quite easily sliding over into that. It was me, TQ, Quarter Pint, and a few others of us. We could have easily slide down the drugs road and. They pick up the thing road and start gang banging. We was right in it. If we wanted to do that, we had all the tools around us to do that.
I hear that. Because we're gonna slowly get to there. Because I know that you've got a very good bit of history to tell us. But before we get there, Karen has asked if you could tell the story of the shoe through the window.
Oh wow! You see, you look a girl. No,
I man. Leave her alone.
Yeah, I know.
Leave her alone.
I will deal with her later. I don't know what it was I did. I came. I can't remember what it was I did. I come home and I wanted to go out or something. I can't remember what it was. I came home and I wanted to go out, and I know I messed up all week. I was grounded. So I decided, you know what? I wanted to go out. I wanted to go on my chopper bike. I wanted to go touch road and right on the right. Literally, I lived yards away from Spaghetti Junction. So if you come off Junction, right? So you come off Junction 6 and you hit that big island, Salford Island.
Yeah, I know the big island.
If you look down, yeah, right. If you look down in there, there's this big sort of open space where people can you go this way or that way and hit the canals and rare. So we used to ride our bikes down. I wanted to go down there and ramp, and she said, "No, you're not going down there." And I kick off my shoes. It went straight through the window.
Right.
I landed on Mr. Salmon's roof next door. So I'm sitting there now, bricking it, fam. Trust me, because I know what's coming.
Yeah.
You understand? And it was one of them big, remember them old platform shoes? And I remember it had a squiggle on them.
They were thick.
Yeah, the
And we
thick
used to have
wooden,
heels.
with a wooden heel.
Yes, man. Yes,
Yeah,
man.
one of those. And it went, it went straight through the window. Oh, I'm Sharky. You good?
Okay, as well.
Yeah, Sharky to the man.
There's Joe. There's a Joe Smith in the room as well. I've
Hey,
never
Joe,
seen
how you doing? Yeah, man, she's one of our Zoomers. She's a Zoomaholic, man.
Yeah.
She's a Zoomaholic.
Anthony Henry. I always pass you. Anthony, how you doing, bro? Yes, me there. Yes, me there. Yes, me there. Bless up, Larry in the room. Cool. Licks. That's what Donna said you was gonna get for kicking the shoe out the window. Licks.
I got it.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it good. But you know, one time I remember I didn't get a beating. You know, one of them times your mother so vexed. You know, I can't even bother touch you. Go, just come out from the sight. just get out. One day, remember Hubba Bubba?
Yeah, I remember Hubba Bubba, the chewing gum.
All right, the big gold bubble gum.
Yeah.
I blow a big bubble. I would like a Hubba Bubba. You know, after a while it gets stale, and you know we are playing when hard and stale, and you just want to get rid of it. Yeah. So my mom had some secondary double glazing in the front room. So you have the window and then, the big bay, and then this thing would just slide across like this. And this chewing gum was just like in my mouth, just like, ugh. And I took it out for some reason in the front room, family.
No.
The front room is just like the Holy Grail. You don't go into the front room.
Man, got the plastic and everything there.
And you don't ever read. You don't go into the front room. Everything plastic up.
Oh, no.
And I took the chewing gum, and I remember pressing it on the double glazing, and I meant to take it off, Rudi. I swear I meant to take it off. And I didn't take it. She called me for something, and I didn't take it off. And it must have been about 2 days, because nobody really go in that front room until weekend. So it must have been a few days after. And all I heard was, who put the chewing gum on the window? Who stick chewing gum? So I have to just come and admit it. Say, Mommy, it was me, Mommy. Just get out.
Oh no!
Just get out. I think that hurt me even more, though, bro.
That's what I was gonna say. Because the silent treatment is worse than getting the licks.
Trust me.
Because if you got licks, at least it was done and over. You understand what I'm saying?
No.
But if you get the silent treatment, you don't know when those licks are due, or if she's adding them up for your next set of licks. You understand what I'm saying?
Me, man. She would add them up. She used to have a style, when you think you get with something, brother. Mommy used to have a style, and you sit down and you eat a dinner, and she wait till you eat done, and you think you get away with everything, and she just, by the way, I have a charge against you. You just know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, so mom sounds really nice. What about dad? Tell us about dad.
Daddy, yeah, man. Mas Rob, Uncle Rob. Everybody know him as Uncle Rob. Mas Rob. In Jamaica, they know him as Pops. So that house, everybody know him as Pops in Jamaica. So that house there, that's the house in Irwin, Montego Bay. That house is. It's up in the hill. Yeah, that's the backyard. So we're up. That's Daddy's yard, Mommy and Daddy yard. They left. They went back to Jamaica probably that would have been in the 90s something. Can't remember. It's been so long. They went back and they were returnees after Gilbert and all of that. They started to look. Yeah, they started to look.
And him called me a dinosaur, Him can't remember. Him called me a dinosaur. Remember that? Go on.
Mr. T-Rex. Remember that? So they went back to Jamaica. And did a returnee thing, and they got the house out in Montego Bay. So, but Daddy used to have a style, a stutter. I remember one night, I shared this with some of you guys on one of my shows the other day. and I was out. My aunt used to live at the back of the church, and you remember them days back in the day. You used to have church hall, them string up sound in the church hall and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you come through the church, go around the back, jump down the wall, literally across as you jump down the wall, right across the road is my aunt Ruby.
Okay.
Yeah. And you have to walk up some stairs, and so I said to my mother, I'm going to buy Auntie Ruby. She said, go on, son. That time you know, so the big sound, I must string up in the church hall, you know. I know this big sound stringing up in the church hall. So I decided I'm going to Aunt Ruby first. And jump back and jump in there. So when I was in there, completely forget time. Completely lost time. Daddy come for me. But, yeah, just be home before me. One of them ones, you know what I mean? Jump into Mexico, vroom, gone in the escort. So, but Daddy, he was more like, he showed me a lot of things.
Okay.
And you know, later on in life, he was like, me and him would roll. We'd just go, just come, Daddy, come. He came over. He was with us for a year. When he came up from Jamaica 1 year, he was with us for a good long time. You know, spent out well over a year with us after mommy died and that, because yeah, mom came over and she was sick. She came over to help her sister really.
Okay.
And I think it was the same year they was crashing the planes into the buildings.
Yeah, I think we all remember that.
Yeah.
We all remember that time.
Yeah, 9/11 around about that sort of time. So yeah, there was yeah, my aunt was really sick, so she came over to give her strength, you know what I mean? And she was getting pains out there anyway.
Okay.
So she was in constant pain out there. So Daddy was like the rock, you know? It's like Batty and Bench, them two, you never see, you know? Yeah, trust me, man. Everybody know Rob and Evelyn. It's never be, nobody wouldn't say Evelyn and Rob. It's always Rob and Evelyn. That's the, you know, if you say Evelyn and Rob, you mean, who do you mean? And then ask a question. Say, no, Rob and Evelyn. Oh, right, you never said Rob and Evelyn then. You know what I mean? So, you know, the house is ever busy. But she came over anyway to help her sister and that. And, yeah, the day they crashed in the buildings, they switched off my aunt's light supply machine.
Okay.
Yeah, switched that off because she didn't make her operation after she was suffering with cancer. Didn't make the operation. So at the same day they switched the machine off. It's the same day she was diagnosed with cancer herself. Remember, we have to drive to Leicester to go and get her some scans and stuff like that. Put her through that big tube thing. What do you call it?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know the name of it, but I know it's
the big scan. Yeah, that big something. It was on the back of a truck. So
yeah,
we drove to Hinckley so she could get the scan. And it wasn't long after, I think the October that same year. Yeah, she died that year.
Because I always find it fascinating that you know, that the moment people hear or get diagnosed as having cancer, they tend to go down relatively quickly, don't they?
Yeah, it was one of those, because I mean, she was like the cornerstone of the family, really. You know what I mean? Because even our wedding day, they came over for the wedding, and you know, it was like, yeah, MMR scan, yeah.
Yeah, not for them going MRI scan.
MRI. Like
all right.
I'm a consultant, like them I wear white coat on the wall and all these things. Thank you anyway. Yeah, so she died. Oh God, what year was that? Be?
Go on, ask who. You don't know. Ask the wifey. You don't know. I can see looking over there.
2002. I'm terrible with dates, man. Trust me, I really am. So yeah, but that stayed with us.
Ask wifey to come over and say hi if she doesn't mind.
She wants to come and say hi. No. Oh gosh, yeah.
People in the other room, ask her just to say hi. Just say hi.
Just say hi then. Don't question nothing.
I'm here and say she's stush. Hi. No, we can hear you. We can't see you. Don't tell me your hair is in plaits. Your hair in plaits.
No. She have her hair done, man. Well,
no, I got my hair done.
Come in.
Is her hair in plaits? Yay!
Finally. Hey, you're very persuasive, you know.
Nice to meet you.
Very persuasive.
Yeah,
so
man.
where were we?
Yeah, sorry. So we were talking about your aunt passing away, and how there was, the knock-on effect throughout the family, really.
Yeah, so then my mom, like I said, the mom passed away. My mom, aunt died the September. They switched their machine off. Then the October the same year, mom passed away. So that was with us for well over a year. Well over a year he was with us, and he finally he went back. But it was scary because I mean everybody down the yard is like, what happened? What happened? She went. You two went and only one come home. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of devastation down there as well because they was out there for a good 17 years. They was in Jamaica. So, a lot of people knew them, and she did a lot for the schools and the churches and stuff like that. Because even one point we had to tell her to slow down.
Okay.
I mean, because
it's funny though. I hear that again. Once again. I mean, I remember when my sister was really, really ill, and it wasn't too long. I think she was about a year, and she ended up setting up her own TV broadcasting studio. She started writing a book. She said, like when a bulb burns bright before it goes out,
right?
And it goes pink.
Yeah,
it was like that.
Yeah,
like that.
Just like that.
It was like that. But the thing that I really find interesting about you is the way in which, as much as we see this image here, it's the way that you navigated this period of your life.
Oh, Soundman days. That's romantic bubbler now.
Okay.
That's romantic bubbler. That was Handsworth Park. That must have been 88, 87, 1988, 1987. So the brother with the right in front of the deck, like a short man, that's TQ, that's aka quarter pint. You can see by the size of him to everybody else, that's why we call him quarter pint. Kind of little bit. The brother beside him is Kidious Outlaw with the glasses, and the one directly behind him is me.
Okay, so that's to the left of the picture. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4 of you wearing glasses.
Right.
And the third to the right from the left, that's you.
That's
quite
me,
tall there. Quite tall there.
Yeah, man. I never shrink still.
But
the brother in the
story.
Black, the brother in the black with the leather hat.
Yeah.
That's Barky Ruff.
Okay.
That's the boss. That is the boss for the sound. So that's where when I was saying that we were sort of like had this image that it took us a long while to kind of even shake off in music.
Right.
We drop him, like I said, we drop him with all the means to do all the foolishness that you can imagine. You know what I mean? And even looking at the picture right now, I can see a lot of dead faces. A lot of people are no longer here. You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of people in that photo is no longer here. It's kind of one of those classic pictures. You stick a magnifying glass because it's only one of those little, you take a picture and you because we're so modern now, we even holding the photograph in the hand and you're trying to stretch it like this just to zoom in. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of faces on there who are no longer here. It's kind of sad as well. You know what I mean?
But it's also interesting that the story of how the Johnsons and the Burger Bar and how that picture kind of
because we used to leave Handsworth Park and go straight to Frontline. And back and forwards, we play Frontline, go Handsworth Park, bleached. They want to blink as you sleep. You know what I mean? So we would get to, like, when they talk about Burger Bar now, Frontline, used to go downstairs into Frontline. You had Monte Carlo upstairs. Across the road was Tasha's.
Okay.
And Kelly's Taxi and got fixed a big mass now on Soho Road. But Frontline now, when you go down the steps into Frontline, it's split into two. So you got like a little trench thing going on down there. You know what I mean? So you go to the left is Frontline, hole in the wall, and to the right you'd have the Burger Bar. So the youth them used to have
where the actual name Burger Bar came from.
This is where I know it from. Yeah, that's where Burger Bar from, because you could set a youth them used to hang around in the Burger Bar, so it's the Burger Bar crew. Okay. So when you used to go into Frontline, you go right into Frontline, go out the back, and there's like a little fire exit and a trench thing. You can go out the back. So they used to the fire exits obviously used to meet because the two shops are kind of like enjoying together. So the fire exit, but they had a little stable hatch thing. So
Okay.
Yeah, you could go and buy yourself a burger without even leaving the blues. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And just eat it at the alley and go back inside and you carry on, you know what I mean? Yeah. But like the burger now, the burger youth them used to hang out, the crew them used to hang out the front. And they became known as the Burger Bar, cause the Burger Bar crew, they hang out to the Burger Bar. You know what I mean? And further down, Johnson close, and I'm sure there was a food shop called Johnson's, but Johnson's close further down in the Lazelles. And they farm.
I know Lazelle.
Yeah, so that's what, that crew farmed down there as well. But like we as romantic bubbler now, we never seem to have any problem because you had Night Spot in the middle. You had Barker Street, Aki Tree, all of these blues. You could walk from blues to blues.
Okay.
In our hands with them there. We used to pay a plaza, and we had our own little place. Crown and Anchor was another little place, and Central Line. All these little blueses were like within yards of each other. You can walk to the next Aki Tree and Barker Street, upstairs and downstairs, George Street and Plaza next door to each other. You know what I mean? So it was always that little element there, but we never really had any problem with either one of them.
But wasn't that more of a decision that you guys made not to be involved?
We never really got ourselves in. We was on the music. Yeah, we was on the music thing.
You was on the music tip.
So we was on
Okay.
the music thing. So I was more like the MC. So everybody used to look to me. So which lyrics am I gonna bust tonight? And
Yeah, because you got lyrics, man.
Yeah,
Back to your bed. Yeah. I'm writing that one down, man. I'm writing that one down, bro.
Yeah, but it was always them days. It was like even a table in front of us, right? The younger ones, who used to come and they always kind of look up to us, just like the same way we look up to Ninja Man and Shabba, and everybody wanted to be whoever you know what I mean? You had your favorite DJ, you have your favorite MC. They used to look up to us. But like I said to you before, like with the DJing and all of that, a lot of people used to follow Saxon and Java and
London.
London. I said London. So, the London crew. So it even became a point where the London MCs, especially like Colonel and Sandy's, Levi, Tipper Irie, all them guys, they sort of had an edge on the MC scene. You know what I mean? I mean, over even some of the Yardman them, they had that edge. It was all resonating to them. But for some reason, I was always on the yard tip. Me want to hear Brockback, me want to hear Zuzu, me want to hear Tiger, me want to hear Brigadier and them kind of money. So I was always on the Black Scorpio tip and the Black Star and all of them sound. You know what I mean? Tyrant and them sound. I was always listening to the yard cassette them. So I wanted to. My lyrics never really got stuck. What we used to call a Saxon trap, because everybody's like sounding very English and following the English twang, but I wanted it to be the yard twang. So me upon the wadada deng ribibi bang skeng while they were on the balalaleng and the slower version of it, or the fast style with the Cockney man them and Cockney translation and all of that kind of style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
we've got quite a few people who could resonate with a lot of the things you're saying. I mean, Judy Jew says that she was too stush to go down there. She said the front line, never ventured there, and my dad was one of the elders there. Plus, I felt I was too refined to go there. But as Larry said, she just stush. But
to be fair,
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
No, bro. It's your story, bro. To be fair.
Yeah, but to be fair, right? Frontline, as bad as they want to say it, Doc Holliday used to run Frontline. A brother named Doc Holliday. And he was like your, you ever watch Snatch?
Yes.
Remember the old boy in Snatch? He was the black version of him, kind of long crumb, big broad felt.
Okay.
Tick like a wall, Doc Holliday, man. So, yeah, I hear people talking about St. Peter's Road. Yeah, but St. Peter's Road was another little place we used to haunt. That was the dancing spot, you know what I mean? But Frontline was kind of, he never really had any trouble in Frontline more than so,
Okay.
Never really had much. As rough as they wanted to say Frontline was, it was one of them places that very rarely kick off. Very rarely. And we had all them big artists who come to Hummingbird and all of that. They pass through Frontline. So we stand up right beside. Yeah, man. We stand up right beside Sanchez and Josie Wales, Little John. Oh God, so many artists used to pass through there. General Cheese, we are part with General Cheese, a lyric for lyric with General Cheese. A quarter pint and mix down General Cheese, and me and him back to back with lyrics all night long.
And so while all this was going on, you was working, I take it?
I was working at Longbridge now, so I was working at the car plant. When all of that was going on, when Nuffman was like, they were doing their thing, hustling on the road, I still held on my 9 to 5. Now this picture now, that's up to 2000 now. That's up to 2000. That's the first. I think the Hockley bus garage was closing down that year. That's why they took them pictures. And the lady beside me here, that's Joyce. Is that very good friend of mine.
Is she to your left or is she to your right? Because
she's. I'm looking at it. She's to my. Yeah, she's to my left on the picture as I'm looking at it.
That's the fair-skinned young lady in between the two boys.
No, the dark one on the other
side.
Right,
you're right.
Yeah, and even all three of them is just the one brother in between me and the light-skinned lady there. I can't remember, but the lady in the light-skinned lady there, she's a twin, an identical twin.
Okay.
And he had David. We adopted him as my son. You know what I mean? Because he was like the youngest of the crew. He used to ride that motorbike. He was the youngest of the crew. Always in a trouble. I was a lick off the wing mirror and do all sort of sitting. Yes, noodles, yeah, man. David Moore, man. You don't know how him. I'm sure you guys went to the same school. So, yeah. So, we used to look after him. So, now these twins now, I see them up to yesterday. I see one of them. And it's probably going to cost me for saying this as well. Because I remember back in the day. I remember back in the day, what they used to do when one tired, because they're identical, you have to really know them to really split them apart. People who know them. But what they done, the one was driving and, boy, I may have something to do. She go for check her, doctor or whatever she needed to do, go shopping or whatever she needed to do. She had to do it. So I just call the other one and say, yo, Claire, just drive the bus into town for me. And I'll meet you down by Grove Lane. She said, all right, cool. Then reach a Grove Lane now. But Claire never tell the other one, say, there's something wrong with the bus.
Right.
And the engineers are coming to fix it. So when she jump in the bus, all right, cool. I'll catch you when you're on the way back, and boom, she gone. So now she drive past the point where she's supposed to meet the engineers at Hockley. She sail gone in that town. So that they call her on the radio, like, you're supposed to wait until the engineer comes and fixes the bus. she never do that. So that's what they find her out, innit? They find out the two of them, so they were swapping places.
Terrible twins.
But they saw the funny side of it. Management saw the funny side of it.
It's the sort of thing that you'd expect him to do, though, when you think about it. You know what I mean? Just swap place and, you know what I mean? Mess around and go on stuff. But then that's when you kind of moved on and kind of buck up into wifey, isn't it?
Yeah, well, by that time, because we were married in 98. So by that time, we was like 2 years into it. By that time. Yeah. Okay. By the time you saw that picture there. So that wedding, that was the wedding, even now, still I get cussed for it. Last year, somebody, you think me forget about your wedding? I said, brother, at 20 odd year, me married now, you know. But you never get no invite. And all these things. Those are the twins. Eh? The twins, man. So those are my daughters. And that's my big son in the middle. So that's them now, more or less. I think that picture was taken last year before last. So my son is like 28 now. He's doing well. He was doing club repping in Ibiza. He was going to Ibiza club repping. But like I said, he went, oh, Dad, I got this thing. I said, yeah. I got a job because he was working in town, city centre, doing club repping, flyering and that for the clubs. And he's saying, get a link, and he's going to Ibiza. Can I go? So, yeah, man, go and go see the world, my youth. Go and go see the world, man. So when he got there now, well, I didn't know until he was big. So when he come big now, we was talking about Ibiza, and he was like, yo, yeah, I went to Ibiza, but the job where he said he had, it didn't materialize.
Rotted.
Yeah, they gave him a head fuck when he was out there, so he didn't get to do the job he was. So he had to hustle. So he had to literally in a foreign land.
Yes.
He had place to stay. He had to
survive.
survive, man. He was on a survival tip out there on the real.
Good.
But yeah, man, good. But after that, he went to America and he was doing football coaching in America. He was like, Coach Elliott, I'm hot. Can I have some water? And he was sending all these videos, you know what I mean? Coach Elliott, see me and kick me. And I'm like, okay.
Because
yeah, they were fascinated. Coach Elliott, do you know Prince William? Do you know the Queen? You know the royal family? He was sending these videos. I'm like, we was in bits watching this.
you should just tell them, yes, they pass through every other day.
Every other day, live. See him road. Yeah, so that's him at 7 years old. 7 years.
You look young yourself, man. Look at you.
Wow, that's like, yeah, that's 20 odd years ago, family.
You look
You
good,
know
bro.
what I mean? Yeah, I still look good now.
Your
No?
foot biggie.
Eh?
Your foot biggie.
Nah, just some shoes, man. 100-pound shoes, yeah, man. You know, my expensive shoes, you know.
You weren't wearing ballets back then. You weren't wearing the ballets then back then. The ballets. Did you wear the crocodile shoes and the snake skin and everything?
Hell no.
Seriously?
No, sir. I had a Gabici, and I remember being in a blues with this Gabici, and I also spent about £50. I went to Pressburg and bought this damn Gabici, you know. And the same woman I laughed beside me, we know one blues, and they had this chipwood wallpaper. You know that chip wallpaper? And me and Beth were wind up in at the party, and boy, the jumper. One night me wear it, that was it. All over. Sick as she now.
Yeah, because I remember we used to have suede and them thing getting there. And if you, even when you took it to the dry cleaners, it would mash up.
Yeah,
sometimes
you had a leather panel at the front.
Yeah.
Like this and go.
Yeah.
And diamonds, man. I even I found a hat that could match with it. And we dance all night and the chip wood and oh gosh, yeah, man. Yeah, thanks Every, man. Yeah, man, the family good, man. You don't know.
Good memories, man. Good memories, man.
Oh yeah, my brethren, man.
You're righty.
Righty. I'm a good friend for a couple of hours that we was there. So we went to, like I said, my son, he's links up with a lot of people who know a lot of people kind of thing.
Okay.
And he's still, up to now, he's doing like a coach at an academy. He does the PT at an academy in Winson Green.
PT as in personal training.
PE teacher then.
The same thing.
Same thing, yeah. He's a PE teacher. It's like a junior infant school, a primary school. Yeah, he's doing that there. So he got that because he went to America and did what he did. So he knows people who knows people who know people who got his tickets to go and see Evening with Ian Wright.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, brother, that is one down to earth geezer. I like him. He's very down to earth. He wasn't highty-tighty or nothing, not a comedian and all of that. Very good.
Yeah, what he sees is what
nice
he sees, right, isn't it? What he sees, what he
very much so. First time I ever met him, and yeah, really down to earth guy, man. Got a lot of time for him. He was at the house last night, and you know, I said, righty, you know, so you need to go home now, brother. Come, I know you like the atmosphere, but you one time I meet you, your meal, man. Go home, man.
Come off the set, man. Come off
the set, man. Just cut. Just cut. You're familiar.
So you started hosting these Zoom parties and everything now, I'm taking it.
No, that's another trip because I suffer with self-doubt. Yeah? I suffer with self-doubt. So I was doing the Facebook Live and I'm looking at Facebook Live and I'm like, oh boy, 6 people, 7 people, 12 people. And then I was approached by Double Trouble. After we come back we went to Portugal and I met him in Portugal. That's how I met Sharky and Mr. Mighty and all of them, yeah? And he said, well, lockdown came on, innit? So a lot of things we were supposed to do, we were supposed to go to, even I was supposed to be with the Carry On Comedy thing with you guys. And we didn't get to go, and it was a girl's birthday. Anyway, COVID mashed up the whole thing. So somebody said, "We're gonna start the Zoom party." Them, you know, it's a Zoom I go on, but I didn't know nothing about Zoom. Lorraine L Vibes make me know about Zoom. We had a meeting for Carry On Comedy. They was talking about, okay, I can't get to Birmingham, we can't get to Wolverhampton, we can't get. So L Vibes like, why don't you use Zoom? I was like, well, what the hell Zoom? And she's boom, boom, boom. So now we had a meeting with Zoom. Next thing I know, I'm hearing about these Zoom parties, and I was like, I really want to take the chance and put my name to something and it flop, you know. I said, why not try it? So I spoke to somebody else in Manchester, another lady we met in Portugal. I was talking to her. She says, Capone, I'm listening to your Mixcloud. Why don't you do Zoom parties? I was, okay, all right. So we tried it. I got the account. We had I think it was, the first one was 100 people was the account.
Okay.
And we did the Zoom party, and me and TQ, who else was in there? I think Sharky was one of the first ones in. Me, TQ, and Mr. Mighty, and we did this Zoom party, and a couple other guys from up here, and Mr. Romantic and a few others. And it was amazing. Me and TQ did this party, and we had about 47 people in there. I think it was less than that, actually, 43. Okay,
cool. That's how we start, bro. Yeah. I started with 2 people, Chocolate and on a Ben were the first 2 people who I see. You know? Yeah.
So we oh, sorry, and L Vibes. Sorry, L Vibes. Yeah, she was probably the first one. And it was, Wayne Irie, because we was like, I was on the Facebook Live. I did a quick one right beside her. My wife said, don't let nobody see the house. If you're going to do it out the back. Don't do it. She, you know? So, I knew that. So I wrote aside, I'm doing a quick thing. So I said, yo, if anybody know where L Vibes, I tell L Vibes to check in. And she jump on, and we struggled with like 37 people. Then we did it another week. It was 40-something people. And then we developed this thing more and more. And then somebody suggested, it was Mr. Mighty suggested his birthday party. So we did his birthday party. I did 400 people in Mr. Mighty's birthday party. That went for 24 hours from evening to straight to the next evening. And then we carried on progressing more. Lockdown came. Again, the summer came more to the point. So people were rebelling on the lockdown, and it sort of the numbers were dwindling, and I was like, well, TQ, L Vibes, you know what? I'm not do this no more, you know. I think we just better just wrap it up, but then we noticed people like Shoe Doctor and some others, D Smalls, and them, they were still getting crazy numbers in their Zoom parties. So I was like, well, boy, I said, we did something wrong. So we regrouped, and I think we did my birthday party. That went well, to be fair. And after that, we did Alvi's birthday party, and the number just went out the roof. And then
so it should. Because the thing is that I know I'm rushing at the moment, because the thing is that you give more to the music than just playing the music. Yeah, and I'm gonna spoil everybody with this.
Yo, some of the parents for know what you them are going with, you know. Don't just allow your youth to roam the street. Take responsibility for the youth them. You know what I'm doing tonight? You know what I'm going tonight? Them a link up on the estate, repping to area code. The youth them won't live good out a road. Them a link up on the estate, repping to area code. The youth them won't live good out a road. Them a link up on the estate, repping to area code. The youth them won't live good out a road. Them a link up on the estate, repping to area code. The youth them won't live good out a road. Them know the war a go on, but them a let it go on. No wicked things a go on, they when it escalate. Them know the war a go on, even before it took on. They could have stopped it from going, but now it's too late. Everybody hear the gunshot down there, see the dead man lay down there. Hear the panic and the bawling down there, helicopter with the bright light down there. Big investigation down there, them can't find a witness down there. Strict code.
All right, if you're going to want to hear the rest of that, you're going to have to watch the end of the show to see the rest of what this man is about. You have to watch the end of the show, I tell you, right? Because the brother's got some things up there, yeah? And I feel that a lot of people should go up and find out what he's been doing on YouTube, yeah? He's a down-to-earth man. He's shown that, yes, as much as the streets are the way that it is, you can navigate around that. Do you know what I mean? Not everybody was a bad man. Not everybody was seen on Crime Watch. You get me? And not only that, but you galvanize your community the same way that Carl and Junior does with
We are proud to announce the launch of the first British black-owned search engine.
So understand, Birmingham, I got enough respect for you. Enough respect for you and what you guys been getting up to. But as you can see, we've literally run out of time, bruv. There's only people are behaving like this is a friggin' musical thing. Them a fire and all them thing there. Them a ball out. You know what I mean?
It is what it is, bro. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is, bro.
And the music, not just the music. I talk. We are talking. Po. You see what I mean?
Trust me.
Enough love for you, bro. Enough love for you, bro. What I want to get to is the creativity within your family. Don't worry, Marcus, we are coming, bro. And I did say that it was going to be an extended show today, ladies and gentlemen, because of just exactly how much Capone had to share with us. Because he's not just sharing his own life with us, he's sharing our history too. When he was talking about his front line, the front line on All Saints Road was very much the same. Lots of similarities in listening to what I'm hearing. But tell us a little bit more about your daughters and some of the things that they get up to.
Yeah. Gosh. Now, if you go back to the picture again, the one on, I don't know what on the left, the one with the big earrings. She's the DJ. She's the little entrepreneur DJ kind of. She's twin one. That's twin one. And the other one, she's the arty one and talk for England. She just does not stop talking.
Like her mom that way then?
Yeah, coming like her mother, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to get it. See, I mean, now, see violence and all these things are happening now.
And domestic. I know that 77% of us are abused by our wives. I know we are abused, but we're quiet. We're behind the scenes.
Help. Big up myself, Tracy. Enough respect, man. Yeah, she's very creative. Kia is very creative. That's the one without the earrings. She's like the arty one. She drew this picture of this lion, and it's like that's about a 4-foot canvas. She used oils and spray. Even now, I'm still baffled how you became where you learned to paint like that. Mommy, I said, mommy, but yeah, mommy can draw. To be fair, she can draw.
Okay.
But the other one now, she's just started out her eyelashes business and all of that as well.
Good.
She's started a little company, Eyes on Eve. She's doing quite well, to be fair. I mean, I put it out there.
What's the name of the website that your daughter has? What's the actual name? Because if one of the girls in the chat room could just drop that in there for me. What's the name of do you know the name of her website?
The website is Eyes on Eve. Eyes on Eve.
Could somebody just drop that in there for me?
Can you put that in there, B? Yeah, we'll drop that. Wife is on the techie.
Yeah.
So, and and Kia used to sell the arty one. She used to sell on Redbubble. She sells cups and stuff and shit like that on redbubble.com.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get anything she designs. You can get like quilt covers, cups, and merchandise, pens. Yeah, Eyes on Eve.
Because we would love to get her. I'm sure that some of the Ransom Banch crew is listening right about now. We would love to get her on 15 Minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudi Lickwood. We've got a 15-minute slot on there whereby we like to introduce people like your daughter, community, so that more people know what they're getting up to and encourage the youth, you know what I mean, to do their own thing.
That's right.
You know, to actually get up and do their own thing. I remember looking at this image here, and I didn't realize that your wife was right next.
You see, these are the things that you know, certain things, Rudy, in life, certain things you must learn to keep inside the head, you know. Because
All right.
I know, you know, I'm gonna get this for the rest of the week. Rudi Lickwood said I look like your daughter, and that's all I'm gonna get for the rest of the week now.
But she does, though. Come on, man.
Come on, bro.
You look like the old man who shouldn't be in the picture, Karate.
You see what I mean? No. You see what I mean? No, you're going too far now.
We got too far,
You're
though.
going too far now.
That's why I love having this guy.
Oh, God, Rudy. Move on, man.
Al Capone, man, you're gonna have to forgive me, man. I have to draw this our chat to a close. I think we could have gone on all night, considering the things that you and your wife and your kids get up to. You know, you've got a beautiful spirit, bro. That's all I can say. You got a beautiful spirit, and it was really wonderful for me to be able to share this on this platform, to share you on this platform.
Yeah,
to be honest,
respect for having me, man.
Yeah, and I'd like you to hang around in the green room for me. I'm going to be talking to my next guest, and 10 minutes before the end of his interview, I'd like to bring you back in the room. Yeah,
man.
And then the three of us will obviously have a little chat from there. So, would you like to say goodbye for now? But you are coming back.
I'm coming back, man. I can see the Zoom Banqueting Suite people about putting them little 10 pence, but I'll be back. I'm here. I'm not going away.
All right. So that was the man himself, Mr. James Capone, who, like I said, has come onto this platform not because I sourced him, but because the room sourced him. Because this is about people that we want to talk to. This is about people in our community who are doing positive things, who we feel that we should highlight. And we're not going to sit down and wait for ITV or BBC to tell us who we should hail up from who we shouldn't hail up. All right. So I do have another gentleman that I'd like you to meet. Keep It Real crew. That's what I'm going to call you tonight, the Keep It Real crew. And on talking to him, we coined the phrase the forgotten man of comedy. Because to a certain extent, I do believe that he is. And he shouldn't be, really, considering how far back he goes when it comes to Black British comedy today. So let me first of all show you his collage, and then we'll sit down and we'll have a few words with the gentleman I know as Marcus Simmons. Marcus.
Yeah, that all the pros I got, bro. Hi, good evening, all. Good evening. The lives matter. Yeah. How you going, bro?
That's typical. Is that all I get?
You want to talk about my journey? This is my life now, yeah?
No, man, it ain't that this is your life, man. Your life spans, bruv. Your life is something else. I mean, for one, you're not Jamaican, are you?
No, I'm a Trinidadian, born and bred Trinidadian. I'm telling you, I do real thing, you know. Or you don't know that yet, though.
I'm born and bred Trinidadian, you know. We should give you a passport and send you back home, innit?
Look, August 1972, I come here in this country, boy. August 1972. Oh, God. Look at that, man. A young boy with hair red, you know. My hair was red, boy. It was red from the sun. Because, like, if you're from the Caribbean and I live in the sun, man, it was like that, you know. And, yeah, my mom sent for me, my mom and dad sent for me to come to London to get a better life, I guess. You know, yeah, it's my beautiful mom, man. She's still alive.
Is your mom still alive?
Yeah, mom's still alive. Yeah, and yeah, I look after my mom now, man. I'm there every day, every other day. Yeah,
I think a lot of us are now having to look after our parents, aren't we?
Yeah, and you know, I tell you, it's like, I don't know, for me, it's like my mom went through so much, and you got to recognize it. Sometimes we don't recognize it. They treat us hard, and they give us the hard word of correction. But when they get to an age and they start talking to you and expressing their views and things, it's like you look at them and say, "Wow,
Mm,
wow,
mm.
wow!" And it's great to have your mom alive. And when you got your mom alive, look after her, love her, man, love her. That's what I say. You know, it's they're not here for a long while. They're here for a short while, and you know, and it's great. It's great to have my mom still alive. And my dad passed away a few years ago, 5, 6 years ago. So, you know, but yeah, it's my mom's very
Because your
strong
dad,
woman, as you know. That's my
because your dad
dad.
was, hmm
He's in
oh
he's
man,
in the Royal Air Force, and yeah, that's a man who teach me about attitude, man, attitude to life. I
you were
telling
easy
you,
though.
but
You were easy.
he would say in his what I call a Trinidadian drawl, like, "Hey boyer," because in Trinidad that's what they call me, boyer. Hey boyer, your attitude to life is everything, because
Mm,
your attitude will tell you a lot about a person and how we are and how we carry on. And yeah, I've learned that from him. I learned that from him. You know, bless him up there in the sky. You know, so yeah, he's a great man. You know, very strong, very firm, very disciplined. You know, it's like I hear that sometimes we don't have discipline in our life now, but we need, I think we all need discipline. We need discipline, especially children today. I know, you know, people say you don't chastise the children, the government, and all the rest of it, but I think you need some form of discipline to let them know what it feels like and why you're disciplining them. Not just
mm.
pick up the rod and beat them, but let them know why now, because time has changed. You know,
Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Very good, man. You know, my family's,
Yeah,
yeah,
because
yeah.
let's talk about your journey in the world of comedy. Because when you started, how many black comics were there?
Oh, there was Felix Dexter, Miles Crawford, and Sheila Hyde.
Three.
Three.
There was three.
We doing what we call the white circuit, and the audience is predominantly white. And basically, the only people in black, the bouncers.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, the bouncers. You might get one or two black person in there, you know, um, but generally it's a predominantly white audience. Rudy, you know, you've done the circuit, you know what it's like. But however, that's the path I went through that journey.
Mm,
I did I did Jackson Lanes. They did a Jackson Lane Center, which it did stand up. You go out there and find out what you're all about. You know,
mm,
I had Joe Brand, Eddie Izzard, Jack D, all them that took classes, but they couldn't really teach you how to be funny. You had to go out there and practice 3 minutes in front of them and
mm.
of your funny stuff, of your funniest stuff. And 3 minutes, as you know, it's a long time. It's a really long time because, like, you say, "Wow, 3 minutes, man." And you get up there and you start doing, and it's like, you know, you say, "Wow," it's like acting, you know, to say someone "I love you." So it's hard to say, you know,
Mm.
but you know, you kind of I grew, and you know, before you know it, I was doing like open mics on the London circuit. I call it the White Circuit, you know, if you want to call it that. But it's a circuit which will be performing pubs and clubs, and all around the country. Loads of them available, loads of them.
Because the thing
And
is, right, if you look carefully at that time, people was only paying like £1.50 to get into
I'm
these
telling
clubs.
you, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
yeah, it's it was, well, it was very reasonable for seeing stand up or alternative comedy. Very, very, very reasonable. And yeah, so you know, you become an established act by holding your material and getting it together. And before you know it, you on the stage with maybe a more established act than you, and you're performing your stuff. And what I learned is that you're on their land now because you're earning a bit of money. Because you get booked and you get book is you get paid basically, and you're on their land and you go up and I always thought like as a black comic, Steve Coogan, Kevin Day, they're all the people like my counterparts that had to come up against Sean Locke, all them brothers there. They're great comics, and they went on to do great things as well. Yeah, so I remember one of my open mics, my first open mic, it was with Felix Dexter and Steve Coogan and Arthur Smith was the host at the old comedy store. A lot of people don't know the old comedy store, the little room which was really tight. And
it was right in the middle of Leicester Square.
Right in the middle of Leicester Square. Yeah, to your left. And yeah, I went down there a few times. I saw Felix because I had to look up to Felix. He was the only black comic on the circuit at the time. Well, he was only. So I had to go and see him regularly with my girlfriend. And I got the taste for it. And you look for it and you think, wow, yeah, I like that. I like what he's saying and blah, blah, blah. And I remember doing my first open mic. This guy, Kim Fuller, he booked me to do 5 minutes because I couldn't do like an extended set or nothing. I wasn't ready yet. I was just learning my craft. And I did it and I died on my ass.
We've all been there,
yeah, I died on my ass. And what happened was that I said I'll be back, and I was back because you get better at things when you do it. You get better at it, and you keep practicing. You get better, and eventually, I said I'll be back, and I was back, and it was a great time.
What I actually liked about you yourself personally was that I was a cab driver at the time, and I used to drive Marcus.
I remember that. Yeah.
I used to drive you to your gigs. Do you know what I mean? And I was the cab driver for you back then.
Yeah.
And it was you I watched, and I would watch you challenge the white audiences based on what was going on in society and the shit that we was having to put up with. Which I found very brave at the time because I'm thinking
it is, and it's like when we saw that
we're surrounded by white people, and you're coming out with all this shit, and I'm thinking, raw.
Yeah, some of my black friends weren't comfortable with it, but I know myself, I know thyself, and that's the biggest part of it is knowing yourself. And if you don't know yourself, then you can't do it. But I felt that. Black people, we are great people. We are great people. And we've been taken advantage of many, many years. Many, many years. And for me to go up there and really express myself and showcase that, hey, it's good to be black. It's great to be black. We know all this and all that and all that, what you say that we are. And
because I remember when you told them about the woman who used to grab her purse. Do you remember?
The woman,
do you remember that? Remember you used to talk about how you'd be walking the street and then a woman would be holding her purse?
Yeah, I had a joke which, on my way here tonight, there was a woman in front of me and she started to walk really fast. I started wondering what she was thinking. She grabbed onto her back. She thought I was going to mug her. So I did. That's what black people do. We got like black people in parliament now. Do you know Bernie Grant and Dan Abbott are the same person? But only black people can tell that. Yeah. It's like the black and white interpretation. And, white people have limited me to black people. It's just like the police. The police have limited time with us. So it's like they want to they don't know our community. So we get it hard by them. They always come in. Before they come in and talk to us and find out what the community is all about, they just would see a black person and pick them up and thump him on the head and put him away in the van and gone. And that's what we've been putting up for years with. And however, that had to change until they change the status quo, they start talking to us in our community and seeing what we're all about, I think that will hopefully go away. But they need
But
to talk to us.
Marcus, do you
Go
not
on,
think
bro.
that we've actually done our job in terms of bringing these issues to the table, that there are no black people on TV, that we are not well represented? And when you look at the way that things are today, because we're talking about nearly 30 years ago when we was talking about...
I mean, back in the day, Rudi, man, you know, back in the day was, I mean, like, if aliens came from outer space, there were no black people on Earth. That's how it was. Because as you know, it's like theater for a black person to be on TV. Like, we'll call everyone downstairs and look, that kind of thing. And it's a shame.
Because what I'm trying to get across is that it was yourself, it was Felix, it was Sheila Hyde who was dropping this kind of information into the comedy circuit.
Yeah, but
the community and started getting these phrases.
It's a story which has not been told. We have a story, as you know, we have a story which goes back, and it was what I call, it was hard work, and you got the strong back to keep on keeping on. And I'm very, very, very pro-black, as you know, if you know me.
Yeah, I know
I'm very
that.
conscious of how I am as a person, but I feel that we did a lot, and we're still doing it. And I think from now, even we're going to run forward a bit with it. I mean, you know, we had the 291 Club, which was great for us. I mean, you know,
yeah, because the 291 Club brought us. The 291 Club brought us the real McCoy, yeah. And then off the back of the 291, we had Miles Crawford.
Yeah, he's a virgin, man. I've seen him for years.
Who established Cabaret, which did a lot for the whole entertainment industry.
It did a hell of a lot, and that's again and not recognized. I mean, you know, there's a lot of work done in the background, and a lot of us don't know that yet. The young'uns don't know that yet. I think they will do. Hopefully, know what's happening. But you know, there's a lot of hard work. The things we had to do, and up and down the country in snow or anyhow, just to do a little gig, and you know, you get good pay, and you know, and you enjoy it, and that's the key part of it. Enjoy it. Because I remember, you know, I'll go back to Felix. I never knew nothing about linking my material, and that's when me and Felix started conversing and stuff. And because I actually talk to Felix on a regular, but you know, God bless him. But yeah, so he taught me how to link my material and stuff. So that's where I learned that from, you know, because yeah, he's great. He's a great person. He embraced everyone, you know. If you don't know you, he had a lot of love in his heart, you know. And yeah, so when, you know, as you know, as time goes on, the 291 came along, and I think we had a big boy like Leo Muhammad. But I was doing the circuit.
I remember that the Leo Muhammad that people remember is this guy.
Yeah.
With the
funny brother.
You know, that was before the Muslim when he became Muslim.
Before he became Muslim. And he had a great thing to say. He's as you know, he's very uplifting for the community. He wants to see us uplift ourselves. Rise up, black man. And that's what we should do. A lot of us are quite contented down there, you know. Rise up, because I love Leo for what he said and what he stood for, and he was basically telling people, our people, you know, we need to rise up and stop putting up with this nonsense, you know,
and use the comedy
your mind.
And use the comedy as a platform to actually do something. Because I mean, you were incontented yourself, because comedy was seen up and down and around the country, yeah. And after Miles set up Cabaret, we started to go into the smaller venues, and we started putting on our own shows. But you quickly realised, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, that we weren't in the West End.
That's right, and this is where, you know, I have a vision of my people, because we deserve better at the time, and you know. Most of the stuff done for us was basically at Lewisham and the Hackney Empire in East London. And it's great, don't get me wrong. But, my vision was that we need to be on TV. These people need to see our talent. We are talented people. So we had, I bought a production with my virgin Bert Law. We had an in-the-house production at the Comedy Store for 15 years. And bringing all of our entourage, our black people down to the Comedy Store on a Monday night. And hey, we had a party. We had some great comedy and great shows. Every Monday sold out. It was like a Saturday night. And if you guys remember them times, if you were there old school, it was fantastic. And off of that show, as you know, we got like Richard got his MTV, because we need to be in the West End. That's where the what I call the promoters on the agents' offices are. They're not in the Hackneys and the Lewisham world 30 years ago. I don't know if they're now, but in the West End, the agents and the promoters' offices are in the West End. If we need someone for advert or doing a little bit of TV work, they're there. So I think that's where we belong, and that's was always my vision, that we need a better platform, a higher, it's Premier League I'm talking now, Premier League comedy. We're not where someone walking on the stage when you're on the stage. It's professionally done. No one's walking across you or walking behind you. You're on your own on the stage by yourself. You and the mic talking, and that's
why I felt it was important to kind of like bring you forward, Marcus, because a lot of the youth then feel that it just happened and they just did it all by themselves. Not realizing the amount of work that was done in order for them to be received so well by the broadcasting companies today, as well as to be putting on the shows that they've been putting on in the West End over the past, I would say, maybe 15 years or so.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm happy for them. I'm grateful for them. But there's a story, and the story's not been told. I mean, there's a book called The Comedy Store by William Cook. If you buy this book, go out and buy it. It will give you a history of, in the house. My production for 15 years we're down there, in the house comedy, and basically it gives you Gina Yashred, yourself, Curtis Walker, Richard Blackwood. Oh man, it's like so many names, and to talk about, and we are talented. That's where we deserve. But I don't think we really have the agent in our field to look after us, to spin the wheel for us. Because I think if we had that back in the day, we'd be flying. It goes back to things that's changed a lot now because of social media and stuff. People do 2-3 minutes and there's their star. But where we had to do like about a year of open mics to turn up another country. That was my social media, man. A year open mics, not getting paid, holding my material, and up and down, and so this lark when you can go on social media 2 minutes and hey, you got so many likes and wow, you're a star, but you haven't got the experience of being on stage doing this stuff, and that's the difference now. So time has moved, and that's the world now we live in now. We live in this world now where technology counts for nothing, but I'm old school.
I think it counts for everything personally. I think that it allows them to broadcast to a much wider audience. It means they have to be a lot more astute though, because material gets eaten up the moment you do it. You know what I mean? Once it's done, it's out there in the ether, and you've got to be changing your material. They got to turn over more material than we had to turn over, basically. Yeah,
they have to. Now I think it's great. The platform is different, being an influencer, and it's only positive, and that's what it is. And as you know, the media people now are looking to our people now, they're seeing the talent in our community, and you could mention people like.
They're actually starting to put them on, but then at the same time, we've got comedians who are coming from abroad. I mean, thanks to John Smith, by the way, in Birmingham, who's one of the first
Respect.
promoters to start bringing over American comedians, but then at the same time, you were at the forefront of that also.
That's correct. We did a big tour with John Witherspoon, and we had everyone there. Gina, yourself, Rudi Lickwood. We had John Simmons, Curtis Walker. We did a big tour up and down the country, and it was great. It was great. It was great. Again, a story not been told, and so the young guys or young pretenders. It's great. It's great that they put my show. Young pretenders, like James would say, James Brown. He's trying to take my tune away. But no, no, it's great. It's good. It's positive, and off of an hour back, if they knew the story, I mean, I'm not saying it's easier for them because they have to work hard. They have to work hard. But there's a story where back in the day, it's like we're there. We're forefront runners. We're the elders of it. We know what went on. The story is not been put in paper and been told. Just like when you see small acts and stuff.
The thing with you is that you didn't jump 2 feet in, though, did you? You didn't really, because I mean, when you came over,
no,
Trinidad and what have you, I mean, it was more about the tailoring and clothing, and that was.
Yeah, I wanted to be a tailor before, when I left school and stuff like that, and I became a manager for Moss Boss, and I've been a manager for them for the last 25 years, 30 years going on actually, and I know all about clothes and stuff, and when I go out raving and stuff, I see some brothers wearing like their father clothes, and I feel like, fix up, man, fix up. When you wear clothes so baggy, like when your parents buy you clothes like that, you have to grow in it,
Yeah.
And they got nice shaped figures, these guys, and like they're wearing something like it's not done now. We in the 1920s now, 2020. Wear something that fits your body. And the trousers all 34 waist when they're 32 waist, like pull up with a belt and thing. But now it's menswear, obviously, as you know, because I had 1 foot in and 1 foot out, that paid my mortgage, and but I was busy writing. I was very, very busy. I'm good at writing, by the way.
Yeah, because who did you write for? Who have you written for? Who have you written for?
I've written for Richard Blackwood when he did a TV show. And that's the only one I've written for, and that was a great experience. I that's one of my talent, as you know. I can write, and I see things out there, and it's there.
It was more about family for you, though, wasn't it? At the end of the day.
Yeah, this is it. This is my little daughter. Yeah, I get so emotional. She's now 17 years old now. Every time I talk about her, I get emotional because I wanted to do better than I did, and she will, because she's great. I remember when she was younger, I had to read to her before she goes to bed, because that's what you do. And at school and stuff, her literature is just excellent. And the thing about it, it's like I used to go and buy her books, like 3 books. Like Saturday, go down to Falls or something, buy some books. And she still read them by the end of the day. I felt like taking them back and get a refund. Yeah, she can read. She can read. And, I love her for that. And that she's my heartbeat. My daughter's my heartbeat. And me stepping out of comedy is because, I want to say because of my daughter. It's my daughter who's the most important thing in my life. And I see fit that she gets all the attention and love that a father should give to her daughter, that relationship. Yeah. So that's it really. That's where it is.
Yeah.
And
the thing about doing the stand-up comedies, you spend more time on the road than you do actually at home. I'm gonna bring Capone back in, okay? Because I did promise that I'd bring him back in as opposed to have him at the back there. You all right, Brad?
Yes, man. Go on.
Yeah, well, go on. So, because what I've got here is I've got a man who did the music and a man who did the comedy. Do you know what I mean? And the way in which the two of you managed to keep your job going. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, it's not like your sideline was playing football. Like I know Trevor's in the room, but Trevor's taken up football and he's actually coaching the youngsters kind of like thing with it. You know, whereas both of you was like your hobbies, you know, sort of like started to take over a good portion of your lives, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, listening to Marcus and your journey, you know, he's talking about the, working out on stage, you know, it's you one on the mic and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? It kind of gets it in the same way because when we used to run sound, you know, especially if you enter into that, it's a very unforgiving world. Just like probably comedy would be as well. If you get it wrong, you get it wrong. You know what I mean? So in the sound world, we get it wrong. Yeah, again, we get it wrong. Minus the cabbages and the rotten fruit.
You don't get that. Because we get told immediately when we get it wrong. Immediately. At least you lot got 2 records you can spin.
Yeah.
You can try and pull the crowd back.
You can come back.
Yeah.
We can try. But Birmingham was a very unforgiving place, man. You look at an empty room, you get it wrong, you look at an empty room. You know what I mean?
Because I found Birmingham to be quite loving, you know, very open. When maybe it's because we're in London.
A lot better than London. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, very open and willing.
I think London people are too spoiled. They're too spoiled.
Yeah, and I find the pace of London is quick.
Okay.
I like London, don't get me wrong. I love DJing in London. I love DJing and I'm kind of like, work hard to get a presence in London as well. So, you know, I do like London. But London, I find, is, how can I put it now? London crowd is a lot easier to please than
What?
Birmingham. I'm telling
You
you.
think so?
Yeah, man.
Nah, get out of
Yeah.
here.
I go to London
Get
and
out of here,
trust
man.
me. You guys, London guys, I played in the Players Club and a few other places and some house party and parties down in London. And, you know, I remember playing a Players Club and I just went, you know what? Let me just see what the crowd I say. And put on the Creeper, Bob Marley.
Okay.
Yeah? Put on the Creeper. Put on the Creeper. And just watch the crowd. And we see the places are bust. The places are bust. And I'm like, wow, really? You know what I mean?
Do you think it's that familiarity thing though, Capone? Like you walk down Lascelles or you walk down Edgbaston or you walk down Broad Street, man know you. But in London, they don't really know you the same way, so they're not familiar.
Nah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I suppose the same with you guys up there, because I've noticed you guys, London DJs want to play in Birmingham, and all the Birmingham DJs want to play in London. So, you know what I mean?
Well,
it's
from
like
what Trevor's telling me that if you get it wrong in London, they're telling you to
Drop, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I agree, because I remember playing up there one particular point, and like, we juggle quick, you know. And I remember the girl come walk up very calmly. Listen, bruv. You're not in listen, bruv. You're not in Birmingham, yeah? You need to slow down when you're playing your music. We want to hear all the record. And I'm like, okay, all right. You bought 12 inches. We want to hear at least 9 of the 12. And I'm like, all right.
Because I used to hate that wheel up and come again thing that used to go on all the time. When you're just getting, when you're just getting your crub on, and then you hear, wheel it up, I pull it again, wheel it up. And then the next thing out, man is only playing tune for like about 2-3 beat, and then they're moving on because they've only got an hour. They've only got an hour, innit? You got an hour to fill before the next DJ have to come on. And man wants to throw down the best tunes before the next DJ come. So it must be quite competitive as a DJ, the same way that it's competitive for us as comedians to try and get out the biggest story for comedy.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, like, all right, Birmingham, we the parties up
You
here.
just put record on, innit?
Nah, when Birmingham, you have to know where you're putting records on, brother. Just like you can't just walk onto a stage and go, let me tell you a dirty joke. A man fell in some mud. You look for some shandy buckle coming your way. Yeah, I mean, you better work.
You
behind
put
the
the music on, man.
No, I'm just saying, you have to select. So Birmingham crowd.
All right, select.
I
hear that.
Them the foolishness. The thing is not in order. Trust me, you're looking at an empty room. You know what I mean? If you think
Yeah, I
it's not
hear
in
that.
order, people will, you'll know that you ain't putting your thing in order. I've got it wrong enough time to get it wrong, and then boy, you're losing it, Bridget. But if you just pass it on to somebody else, you know what I mean?
But that's how you learn, isn't it? That's how you learn. Not true?
Yeah, you learn. Every good DJ if you take a boo.
You hear that, Donna Ben? Every comedian will take a boo. Just they let me know about the 291 Club when I got booed off the stage.
You?
Yeah, I got booed hard.
Yeah,
man.
that's the learning. That was your moment and your learning curve, man. You learn a lot from that.
I got booed hard.
Is that the one with the Sandman? Is it 291 with the Sandman?
Yeah.
Which is that the one? They come out
Yeah.
with the broom and brush you off the stage?
Yeah. Yeah. But them time then when Marcus would be headlining Tabernacle and places like that, and then I would come on in it, and you lot used to fucking throw down bets as to how long I was gonna last. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what in my interview you know? What did you get so wrong, bro? What was it you got?
I wanted to
you
talk
learned
about
by
being
it.
Black British. I wanted to talk about being Black British.
And I said, why hear that in the boss? Come off our stage.
Yeah, we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that,
man. Come off our stage.
No. So I just stuck to my guns. If I'm,
I don't think they were ready yet.
No, they're ready now, though. Everything that I've said has come to pass.
Yeah. They're a lot ready now because it's like, the subject matter that we can talk about back in the day, it wasn't really acceptable on a black circuit. But white circuit is. They have a lot more tolerance. But the black circuit, we are talking about. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, hear that. I hear that. It's certain topics that you can talk to and the community sort of vibe with you. But I felt that the white circuit, as you know, a white audience, they listen to every word you're saying. And they hold on to it.
They hold
on to it. And they can repeat your act for you. Black people, when they hear you 2 or 3 times, that's it. The attention span is a bit low, as you know. It's like, I've heard it before already. I want something new and fresh. And as you know, Rudi, it's hard. It's hard to write material. It's hard. So it doesn't just come out of the air and into your mind straight like that. And you got to hone it. You got to make it your own.
You got to sandpaper.
You got to display it. Yeah.
That's why he was having a pop at you for just putting on a record. James.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. But like you said, there is an art to actually understanding what's going on in the room before you select a tune. That's an art, if I'm correct.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even you guys as showmen, as comedians, the promoter like what name Tinky Winky, what name? John Simmet, right? Him as a promoter needs to know. All right, then I'm gonna put so and so on. Then I'm gonna put Marcus on. Then I'm gonna put Rudi on. Then I'm gonna Ray. He has to know how to really position you guys, knowing how you guys act.
He does.
You know what I mean?
Fair, John knows what he's doing. I mean, he's been in the business for a long time, and he's one of the pioneers of black comedy, and he put on shows all over the country. And I gotta give that guy some respect and props because being a promoter it's like you're producing a show, and you start, your middle, and your end. So you got someone like you got your one who will kind of warm them up. And you got the middle one who's gonna warm up more, but the last one just gonna crescendo. He's gonna exhaust the audience and just make it a good show. Because it's like success comes in small doses. Like if all those comics are success, you're a success. But if all of them bomb, you're not a success. So John knows what you're doing. DJing is a bit different because you got so much tunes out there. I think for DJs that they can really lit up a crowd quite quicker than a comic can.
What I'm saying is
knowing what crowd and what music
I'm
to
just
pull
saying
out.
order of play basically is what I'm talking about because that the promoter himself has to be a selector. If that makes sense, the promoter himself knows
the drum. Wow,
he knows. You have to know where the drum is at. Drum Art Center, that's Newtown. He needs to know where to put you guys. So we, as the DJs, as the selectors, we need to know that the foundation, followed by the next Dennis Brown, you play 3D Brown, so we know in order the singers come before the DJs. So if you're playing a rhythm, you play the singers first, and then you start playing your Admiral Baileys and your Ray. You know what I mean? But if you're playing culture, you know you're gonna be playing the foundation to wolves and lepers to such and such, and you're moving up. You're going somewhere with your music. So by the end of your set, you hit the peak.
Okay.
Johnny,
that makes sense.
Yeah, Johnny's a hard worker.
He is though. He is, and I think it sometimes it pays to be stubborn. I think it pays to be stubborn because not everybody can see your vision.
You have to be. You have to
drag everybody along the journey, and once they've gone through it, then they see it on reflection in terms of what they've just been through.
We went to the Triangle Arts Center. There's a Real McCoy live, right? And listened to John Simmett's story, and that for me, as a Birmingham head, knowing John Simmett from around the way. Not personally, but we know him from around the way. From used to play is it TC Connection song? He used to be, you know. Used to be
Ask the room, they will tell you. Ask the room, they will tell you.
So it was TC Connection. John Simmett was in, wasn't it? Room, I think. Yeah, but and listening to his story and how he became Tinky Winky. I mean, which one was it? La La Tinky Winky. How he became a Teletubby. And he told his story. Leo Muhammad was there as well. The whole of Real McCoy was there. He brought this town to the art center in Cannon Hill Park. Yeah, so, and we went there, and it was really, you know, him telling his story. I thought, you know what, John Simmett, I have a different level of respect for you because I can see your journey. You know what I mean? I can see your journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a next level of respect for him. Trust me. Yeah, man, TC Connection for real. To the world.
Well, gentlemen, I've got a next level of respect for the both of you, and it's because of that level of respect I have to say thank you very much for gracing Keep It Real tonight. It's been a pleasure having the both of you, and no doubt you guys will be able to catch these two on Saturday, 15 minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudi Lickwood, where we will have some quiz and we will have a fun day just bantering with these two, because I know that Marcus is the original comedian, but I know, may I tell you the truth, James is a funny, witty man.
Respect, bro.
Funny, not bad. He's funny, bad.
We're not a sense, I may look forward to Saturday morning. See, Rudi, I'm really looking forward to Saturday morning.
Yeah, so Saturday, I hope you guys can join us. It's like I said, it's been a great night. I hope you guys will stick around and watch some of the promos directly after we've seen, as I promised you guys that you will be able to see all of Capone's track about being on the estate and that. But for now, I have to let you guys go, and I have to say thank you very much for tuning into Rudi Lickwood, Keeping It Real chat show. Thank you very much. Would you like to say goodbye, guys?
Goodbye.
Yeah, good night. Good night. Have a good evening.
Good night. Good night. Jackie Williams in done. That's
Stay
all
safe.
I have to say.
Stay safe.
And don't disappear, guys. The promos are going to be on. Do not disappear.
Only as we say, this is for when you lose. Grape and gray, your eyes will drain. It will firmly lead you right to stray. Bring it out when my soul is weeping.
Denise Francis. Remember what? 3 more questions. Come on, people. 3 more questions.
And I'm waiting for a red flag there.
Rudy, just ignore it, Rudy. Ignore it.
Hold on. You just step me up.
How are you?
I'm good, I'm good.
Let's have our run conversation. Forget about them lot.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
But you know, I'm waiting to get wet, really. Yeah? I'm the only woman that's gonna get wet. So
Okay.
I'm waiting.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's move on.
I must say, first of all, those who are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to YouTube, our Anything Goes YouTube podcast. And then when we go live, you get the notification straight away. All right?
Heaven is between a woman's legs as far as I'm concerned.
Come on, Rudy, man.
No,
Come on,
Right there. Send them picnics to bed.
Rudy,
And
watch out.
Okay, time. And red card. Red card.
Rudy get
Let's have a proper show.
15 minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudi Lickwood. Saturday morning mayhem with 2 entertainment heavyweight.
100.
Join them with
Learning
interviews,
more on Facebook than they learn at school these days. So.
comedy and
I'll put child
quizzes.
support money for you or something.
No chance of that, Babs.
Oh, no chance. Just
Morning, darling.
Hey everyone. Hey,
So I can start.
my internet's awful.
Hello. Hi. Hello. You said hi twice. Goodbye. You said hi 3 times.
You gone. He's gone, man.
15 minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudi Lickwood. Saturday mornings now be the same again.
Incredible!
Am I still here?
Yeah, some of the parents for know what you them are going with, you know. Don't just allow your youth them to roam the street. Take responsibility for the youth them. You know what I'm doing tonight? You know what I'm going tonight? Them man link up on the estate, repping to area code. The youth them won't live good out a road. Them man link up on the estate, repping to area code. The youth them won't live good out a road. Them man link up on the estate, repping to area code. The youth them won't live good out a road. Them man link up on the estate, repping to area code. The youth them won't live good out a road. Them know the war a go on, but them a let it go on. No wicked things a go on, they when it escalate. Them know the war a go on, even before it took on. They could have stopped it from going, but now it's too late. Everybody hear the gunshot down there, see the dead man lay down wrong there. Hear the panic and the bawling down there, helicopter with the bright light down there. Big investigation down there, them can't find a witness down there. Strict code of silence down there, not talk to policeman down there. Everybody want run figure round there, not talk myself figure down there. Anytime you see the blue light down there, them don't have nothing for me round there. Be a chop up and shoot up down there, be a dead body lay down round there. Carnage round there, bloodshed round there, be a dead body lay down there. Murder come with me, hear a woman she a scream. Police them a come with them murder team. Me see the blue light and me hear the siren. No evidence no left on the scene. And me say down in the estate when gunshot a bark. Everybody know the gunman, nobody not talk. You talk to police and then you get your face mark. You find your body on the sidewalk. Well, now picture the scenes. The youth them a driving a car in trees with the machines. The gun them tall up through the sunroof with red laser beams. The way them a live them life nowadays is like a bad dream. Wanna see what I mean? Know the road I get hotter. 3 men in a car with it all up tall, I'm a real top shotter. Them run the era and the estate, no one bother. Juvenile see the car and them wear anything and them one follow. And then them a follow. So go on and get some education, get some top qualification. Put on the gun, forget the gang bang. Legal money where you want now your hand. Flash car, house and land. You will get it if you stick to the plan. Long road short, catch listen me no man. Them a link up on the estate, repping to area code. The youth them won't live good out a road. Them a link up on the estate, repping to area code. The youth them won't live good out a road. Them a link up on the estate, repping to area code. The youth them won't live good out a road. Them a link up on the estate, repping to area code. The youth them won't live good out a road. So we want more UNITY and it's CITY. You can FLY if you TRY. More life for the youth, but I want more youth. Time me have to tell mama, no matter CRY. Get anything you want, set your standard high. We want role model, live up the youth, them eyes. So believe in yourself and make we live a better life. Come live a better life. Them a link up on the estate, repping to area code. The youth them won't live good out a road. Them a link up on the estate, repping to area code. The youth them won't live good out a road. Them a link up on the estate, repping to area code. The youth them won't live good out a road. Them a link up on the estate, repping to area code. The youth them won't live good out a road.